you were in a hometown in Colorado, right?
I grew up in a horse ranch high in
Yeah.
the Rocky Mountains outside of Rye, Colorado,
Yeah.
which it has one stoplight that flashes. It's
Yeah.
never quite busy enough to
Yeah.
need to turn red in any direction, very small.
So you know everybody.
Yes.
Europe's a long way from that little town in Colorado. You step off the plane in Nice?
Well, I tried to come up with a plan. I had talked my parents into allowing me, they were divorcing at the time, and so they didn't really talk, and I thought, oh, let me kind of play one against the other to get my dream of going there, and while I'm there, I'll figure out some way to stay.
Right.
And I had, just before I left, picked up a magazine and saw that, oh, they're always looking for models. And I thought, well, I'm tall enough, I'm on the boys' basketball team, let me just go someplace they need models, Europe. And I arrived, and a man with a camera around his neck walked up. I mean, we'd been there seconds. And at that young age, he had a camera around his neck. That was enough validation. He said, are you a model? I can make you one. Just come with me and my friend. But my friend, who said, no way, you're not going, she wanted to go home afterward. She didn't have the same dream of staying in the big city. And
Well, so your friend's there with you, and something about them seemed believable to you, but not to her, right? Because she
Right.
said, don't go.
yes, and to be truthful about it, it's not that it seemed like a good idea, but I thought, here's my ticket. And they asked if I wanted a glass of wine. And they told me, the ringleader, there were two of them, he said, when you become a model, you're going to need to do cocaine. All models do cocaine. Now, I'd never seen drugs. I was so sheltered. I said no to the wine. I wanted to be sober. We were going to shoot photos, I thought. You know, he had a camera.
Did you go to a restaurant or bar?
We
or
went
what?
to a restaurant, and it was dark. They told me where to meet them, and it was dark. There was the ocean on one side, so it was light on one side, but then dark at the back. I don't know where
So you didn't
everybody
leave with
was.
them, you met them somewhere?
I met them.
Okay,
They gave me, he wrote it out an address.
okay.
And they gave me an envelope, foil envelope, or like foil folded up. And I opened it up, and they were like, you should do cocaine. And I opened it up, and it was light brown. Now, I'm from Rye, Colorado, but I'd seen movies, and I was like, that is not cocaine. And I just folded it back up, and I said no to the wine, and they said, well, don't be a stupid American. You're so uptight, you Americans. And so I, had a glass of wine. And the next thing I knew, I was in a car, and like a dog, I had my head halfway out the window. I was in the passenger seat with my tongue open and drooling, and
So you had been drugged, obviously, with the wine.
yeah.
And did you have any sense of how long it had been?
Oh, I had no idea.
Was it dark out?
No.
Okay. So where did they take you at that point?
We stopped, we made a stop, and there was the big man with him, and thank you. And we stopped, and there was a young girl that was there, and she was probably, prepubescent, like 10 maybe. She was poking me, poking my face, like touching my face, I guess to wake me up or something. I was looking at her, and she was gyrating on the big man's lap, like just completely inappropriate for a child. And that's all I remember.
Were you inside, outside?
I was sitting still at the door of the car.
Okay. So they give you an address, you meet them at this place, they drug you there, you kind of come around in the car with your head hanging out the door, but they've taken you to a second location. And that's where things began to really come unraveled.